There's something different about him. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka walks through life like a ghost with purpose. No hesitation. No wasted energy. Just results. While others struggle to stay consistent, he makes discipline look effortless. And here's the shocking part. It's not because of luck, superpowers, or some anime magic. It's because of how he was trained. Inside a place called the White Room, his brain was rewired to crave hard work the same way most people crave dopamine from social media. His secret? He turned pain into pleasure, struggle into stimulation, effort into addiction. And what if I told you, can you do the same? Not in a fictional lab, not in a distant dream, but right here, in your real everyday life. This video is not just another motivational speech. This is a scientifically backed blueprint for transforming your mind, rewiring your brain chemistry to make discipline feel as rewarding as scrolling through TikTok, as exciting as unlocking achievements in a video game, and as soothing as listening to your favorite music. We'll break down a powerful framework that makes self-improvement addictive. Not hard, not exhausting, addictive. You'll learn how to trigger dopamine the right way. Use sensory tricks to fall in love with discipline. Turn small habits into unstoppable momentum. And fix the hidden problem that's secretly killing your motivation. By the end of this video, you won't just understand why Ayanokoji seems unstoppable. You'll start becoming your version of him. Let's begin. Understanding addiction and motivation. To change your behavior, you need to understand what drives it. And at the heart of every decision you make, from checking your phone to going for a run, is one powerful chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is not about pleasure. It's about anticipation. It's the reason you reach for your phone 100 times a day. It's the reason you stay up late binge-watching shows even when you're tired. And it's the reason self-improvement feels hard, because your brain isn't wired to crave effort. It craves stimulation. So let's reverse engineer addiction itself. Take social media. It's addictive for 3 reasons. It stimulates your senses, vibrant visuals, rapid sounds, constant change. It gives you instant dopamine, likes, shares, comments. It's effortless, just a swipe and you're entertained. Now imagine if we used those same mechanics to make reading, studying, working out, and deep work just as addictive. That's the Ayanokoji method. We're going to reprogram your brain using 2 forms of sensory stimulation, 2 ways to trigger dopamine properly, 2 methods to make self-improvement feel easier than procrastination, and finally, the core system that fixes your internal motivation engine for life. Let's start with sensory stimulation. Sensory stimulation, visual and auditory hacks. Visual stimulation, the power of the Red Cross calendar. There's a reason apps use red notification dots. There's a reason we love streaks on Snapchat. Your brain loves visual proof of progress. One of the most powerful tools to rewire your brain is something incredibly simple. A calendar. Take a big wall calendar, physical or digital, and every time you complete your habits for the day, mark a big, bold red X. It sounds basic, but here's what's happening neurologically. Each X is a visual reward. The streak becomes a cue. Your brain starts to associate the act of doing the habit with the pleasure of seeing the progress. A study from the European Journal of Social Psychology found that it takes, on average, 66 days to build a habit. If you're seeing those red crosses stack up day by day, you're not just tracking, you're training. Every time you don't break the chain, you win. And every win fires dopamine. Soon your brain doesn't want to break the streak. You've gone from forcing yourself to fearing a break in the chain. That's addiction, built through visual stimulation. Now let's add sound. Auditory stimulation, binaural beats for focus. Most people never master focus because they're constantly overstimulated. But here's something powerful Ayanokoji would understand. Your brainwaves can be influenced by sound. This is where binaural beats come in. When you play 2 tones in each ear, say 400 Hz in one ear and 440 Hz in the other, your brain perceives the difference 40 Hz. This difference becomes a binaural beat, and 40 Hz in particular has been shown to enhance cognitive performance, improve memory, and even boost motivation. Studies in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience show that 40 Hz binaural beats help increase gamma wave activity in the brain, linked to deep concentration. Use them with noise-canceling headphones during study, deep work, or workouts. Tip: keep the volume low. The goal is subtle stimulation, not distraction. Use them consistently, and your brain will start craving that focused state, associating effort with mental clarity and calm. Now that your senses are trained, let's move into the second part of the framework. Dopamine control, slow, sustained, and strategic. Most people treat dopamine like a drug. They spike it with sugar, games, gossip, and TikTok, then crash and wonder why they can't focus. You need to treat dopamine like a resource. The goal isn't more dopamine, it's better dopamine control. Here's how. 1. The snowball technique. Easy wins, fast momentum. Most people never get started because they begin with tasks that are too big. That's like trying to bench press 200 pounds when you've never lifted before. Instead, start with micro wins. Here's a morning routine that rewires your dopamine system. Make your bed. Drink water. Open a window and breathe fresh air. Write down your top 3 goals. Stretch for 2 minutes. Each of these takes less than 60 seconds. Each one is a win. Each win fires dopamine. You're stacking victories. The snowball grows, and you'll feel ready for harder tasks like study, training, or work. Because the brain wants to continue what it just started, it's called task inertia. Once you start winning, it's hard to stop. 2. Cold showers, the dopamine slow release. Cold exposure triggers something beautiful. Not a spike, but a long arc of dopamine release. Research published in Neuropsychopharmacology shows that cold showers can increase dopamine by up to 250%, but instead of a crash, it creates a gradual curve that lasts hours. This means more energy, more motivation, more drive to face discomfort. Instead of chasing stimulation, your body becomes the source of motivation. Cold showers are like the anti-TikTok. They train your mind to seek out discomfort because discomfort begins to feel rewarding. Now that you've trained your dopamine system, let's make discipline easier than distraction. Making hard work effortless. 1. Boring breaks, the secret weapon. You've been told to take breaks, but what you haven't been told is how to take them. Most people take dopamine-fueled breaks, scrolling TikTok, YouTube, or playing games. Here's the problem. When your break is more stimulating than your work, coming back to work feels like a punishment. So here's the fix. Make your breaks boring. Yes, stare at the ceiling. Sit on a chair. Close your eyes. Walk in silence. This allows your brain's dopamine to stabilize. The next time you return to reading, writing, coding, or training, it feels fresh, not dull. Your hard work becomes the dopamine hit. This is how elite athletes, writers, and thinkers recover, with stillness, not stimulation. 2. The power of in-between moments. Every time you're in line, on a bus, waiting at a red light, you could pull out your phone. But every time you do, you teach your brain. Silence is a problem. Stillness must be escaped. But if you do the opposite, and embrace silence, embrace stillness, embrace the boredom, you reset your brain. You become comfortable with reality again. Your dopamine receptors become more sensitive. This makes everything, studying, training, creating, feel new and rewarding again. Fixing the root problem, the fuel source. Here's where most people fail. They rely on external motivation. Likes, grades, money, praise, pressure. That's extrinsic fuel. And just like junk food, it runs out fast. You need to switch to intrinsic motivation, the kind that lasts forever. Here's how. 1. Curiosity. Learn something useful. Apply it immediately. This fires your brain's learning reward loop. You want to learn more because it feels good. 2. Mastery. Break your goals into tiny chunks. Every time you improve, dopamine is released. You're now addicted to growth. 3. Autotelic purpose. Do it because you love it, not to finish it, but to be in the experience. 4. Purpose. Reflect often. Why does this matter? How does this affect others? What's the bigger picture? 5. Autonomy. Choose your goals. Own your time. Decide on your habits. Control equals motivation. You've made it this far, and that already sets you apart. Now here's the truth. You don't need to be trained in the white room. You don't need to be born gifted. You don't need superhuman discipline. You just need a framework, and now you have one. Start with small wins. Track your progress visually. Use sound to focus your mind. Avoid dopamine crashes. Build habits that feel like play. Make discomfort your comfort zone. And above all, switch your fuel from pressure to purpose. This is how you become unstoppable. This is how you build a mind that craves growth. Just like Ayanokoji, calm, focused, and quietly dominant. If this video helped you, consider subscribing. Your support helps this channel grow and helps us reach more people who are ready to reclaim their minds. Thank you for watching. And remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Build the system. Become the weapon. You got this.